Okay. So, anyways, okay. And today's video is called "Is Bear the Worst Shoes Barefoot?" Okay. Okay. Now I want to talk about, and since I do want to talk about Wikipedia, but I'll do it later, because I want to talk about past Steve Anderson first. Let's take a look at these. So here, this is a picture right here. So you can see left. Okay. So foot B is a foot that never wears. So this is the way your feet would look like if you never wear shoes. If you never wear shoes, and this is what your feet would look like if you did wear shoes. Okay, that's the different. That's what I found out here. And that's what. And there's a feet. It looks like after walking barefoot and different stuff. I know I can't show all the pictures because there's too many of them, but anyway. But okay, so let's talk about the video that I did watch before, which is a video from Pastor Steve Anderson. He made a video about why he runs barefoot. Now, I know a few years ago, but I haven't get to watch it because I haven't get to watch Pastor Steve Anderson all that much because his YouTube channel has been taken down by trolls. That's why. So I don't know if you want me to watch him. I know I do want to watch him, but I know, but his YouTube channel keeps being taken down. Keeps me being forced of not watching him all that much. That's why. So I don't know. I think I'm angry at those trolls, but there's nothing I can do about it anyway. But I'll tell you what Pastor Harrison said though. Even if you haven't watched this video though, about him why he runs barefoot. So let me tell you about that, okay? So he said that shoes can cause permanent injuries. Okay? And I'll Google that right now. So so let me see. So injury sites, runner's knee, Angias tendis, IT bad syndrome, shin splits, hamstring injuries, plantar fasciitis, and stress fractures. Those injuries you can get from running with shoes on anyway. There's other ones too, but oh, that's normal? No. So what Bastianini did? Well, he did Barefoot running instead. Now, what he did is, the problem is now he did it too soon. Sorry, now he tried to do it. Now he tried to do it quickly, but the problem is that he did it too fast, too soon. And he got blisters on his feet. So the problem is that. So if you want to run barefoot, let me tell you something. If you do it too fast, too soon, you'll get blisters on your feet. It's probably what happened to you. So I'll tell you what Pastor Anderson did. Okay, what he did is he run barefoot slowly and work his way up. Okay, so you have to do it. If you want to run barefoot, you have to do it slowly and work your way up. Okay, and your feet will get stronger once you start barefoot running. Now, if you want to barefoot on concrete, it will take off the calluses off your feet anyway, so that way you have to worry about getting pedicures. Okay? I'm usually barefoot at home, and I don't get pedicures at all. because I don't need that at all. Because your feet get stronger from barefoot running anyway. So running barefoot will make your feet stronger. I'm not trying to tell you. Anyway, that's why from watching Pastor St. Anderson's video, okay? And I'll talk more about that soon. Anyway, I have to go right now. I just have to do something right now, but I'll be right back. Okay? Okay. So see you later. I'll be right back. Okay, so mine is okay. Okay, but I go to my folder. I go to my Excel thing first, and I'll tell you what my video is about after. Okay, today's video is called "Is it better to wear shoes or is it better to be barefoot?" Okay, that's my video. Okay, now I'm usually barefoot at home. Well, usually, yeah. The only time I've been barefoot outside, I think, was at water parks sometimes, and sometimes when I go swimming. But now well, I used to, but now I wear water shoes when I go swimming. And here's why I wear water shoes when I go swimming. Okay, I'll tell you why I wear water shoes when I go swimming. It's because when I go swimming, because when you go swimming, your hands and your feet get softer in the water, and it happened to me. And sometimes when I go swimming, sometimes I slide my feet so hard on the concrete, sometimes I kind of get blisters on my feet. And that's what happens when you're in the pool and that's what happens when you're pool. That's what happens when you're in the pool barefoot. So, and that's why I wear water shoes when I go in the pool. Well, why is that? Well, that's because your feet and your hands are not made for the water. They're made for land. That's why. But anyway, so to me, I believe it's best to wear water shoes when you go swimming. But if you want to be barefoot in the pool, that's when we're going swimming. That's fine. But I'm just telling you what I believe. Okay. So to me, I believe it's best to wear water shoes while going swimming. That's what I believe. But anyway. Because my feet are not made for the water, they're made for land. That's why. Now I'll look up shoes and barefoot on Wikipedia. I'm not gonna do it on my computer since my computer is telling me warnings about 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 something being unsafe on Wikipedia, on something being unsafe on Wikipedia. That's why. But don't worry, I'll do it here on my tablet. Okay. So let me write down. Let me type in shoes first, and then go to Wikipedia for it. It's not working, so let me look for Wikipedia. There it is. All right, so let me show you what. So what else Wikipedia says about shoes, okay? So let me read to you, okay? I'm not gonna read the long part of Wikipedia, so I'm just gonna read the first part of it, okay? And you can read the last part, okay? You can read the other part of Wikipedia about shoes if you want to, but what Wikipedia says about shoes is an item of footwear intended to protect the comfort of the human foot. Shoes are also used in item to decoration to fashion, but design that shoes are varied enormously through time from the culture to culture. Okay, it says in the form of but originally being tied to function. And this is the picture I'll put on YouTube later, okay? But I'll keep reading this. So, while human foot can adapt to bioterrains and climate conditions, it's still vulnerable to environmental hazards such as sharp rocks and temperature extremes, which shoes protect against. Some shoes are worn as safety equipment, as steel toe boots, which are required for the industry work sites. So you can see that shoes are required to wear in jobs. Okay, it's hard to find jobs that require people to be barefoot. It's gonna be hard to do that. And the only time you can only the only way you can be barefoot in your job is to work from home, and that's probably it. So yeah, if you're working from home, yeah, then you can be in your job barefoot. But if you're working from home, of course, but not when you're going to but not when you're getting a job in a company. No, they require you to wear shoes. And plus, most places, I mean, in my home country, United States of America, require people to wear shoes anyway, even in my home state, California. So but I'm gonna keep reading this, okay? So additionally, fashion as dictated may design elements, such as weather shoes, very high heels, or flat ones containing footwear, widely in style, exceed cost, basic sandals, about then those simple strap and a low cost. High fashion shoes made famous designers, but being made expensive materials, use of construction so large sum of money. Some shoes are designed for purposes such as boots design, for mountaineering or skiing, or others design of sneakers which have transformed its purposes as shoes of used shoe. Traditionally, shoes have been made from leather, wood, or canvas, but increasingly made from rubber, plastics, or phonetical diverse materials. Globally, including the industry, is about $200 billion a year industry. 90% of shoes in landfills and material of hard, separate, recycle, otherwise reused. Okay. Now, if you want to read more, there's more on Wikipedia if you want to read more, because you can read more of the history about shoes on Wikipedia if you want to. Even though I don't believe everything that's on Wikipedia, because I know a lot of things on Wikipedia are incorrect, but you can still read it if you want to. So shoes, I believe, were made probably around probably around 19th to 20th century. People way back in the primeval times, wear sandals, and people read in the Bible did wear sandals anyway. But there's some that were barefoot too. Just not everybody in the Bible. Not everybody. The Bible not every Bible character in the Bible wear sandals. So I know there's some that are barefoot, and plus Adam and Eve, when they were made barefoot. They're not. God did not give them shoes or sandals. And plus, when Adam and Eve ate the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they just wear clothes. Well, they did cover themselves with fig leaves, but God told them that they had to kill an animal so they can wear clothes. But God did not tell them to wear shoes. So they were still barefoot after they got their clothes on. So so I'm not sure where sandals were invented, but it's probably somewhere around the pre-flood world. But I know it's way after and Adam and Eve sinned, but I don't know the day. So I believe sandals are probably made somewhere around the pre-flood world, but I don't know that for sure. Or sandals could have been made after the global flood. But I really don't know if everybody in the pre-flood world was barefoot. But that could be true too. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. Now, you can read more about it on Wikipedia if you want to, but I'm not gonna read all of it since it's just gonna be too long for me to read. Now I'll go read about Barefoot on Wikipedia. Since okay. Now, what Wikipedia is saying about it is the barefoot is the most common state for a term of not wearing any footwear. Okay? It says right here on Wikipedia, I'm just reading what's on Wikipedia, okay? It says right here there are health benefits and some risk with going barefoot. Okay, shoes, while often protection can limit flexibility, strength, and mobility of the foot, and can lead hence use a flexible flat foot, bunions, hip and toe, and Monden's maneuver. Walking and running barefoot results as a natural gait, allowing for more rocking motion of the foot, limiting hard heel strike, and generating collision force of the foot and lower leg. And I'm just reading this Wikipedia, and there are many sports that were performed barefoot, and most notably gymnastics and martial arts, but also beach volleyball, swimming, barefoot running, barefoot hiking, and water skiing. But certain situations determine people to be barefoot against their will for many reasons: precaution, and aviation, and or punishment. There's a lot of religious aspects about people being barefoot as well, but if you want to know which countries, I'll show it. They said right here. But most people, right here, now, what would be barefoot? Well, what about this one? Australia. And it's common for Australians, particularly young people, to be barefoot in public areas, especially during summer. Okay? Barefoot is commonly known as earthling, and it's been used by Australian cricket team to capture positive energy coming out of the earth. Okay, that's what so Australians are, but not just Australians. What about India? In Indian culture, is most instance about being barefoot in cultural significance. For example, the costume removed footwear is really at home for a temple as the shoes considered a temple. Indians traditionally sit on the floor when eating meals, opposed to a dining table, and normally entail taking off footwear. Okay? Now, what about New Zealand? In 2012, the New York Times, where New Zealand is barefoot in public, including shops was striking, and in 2014, it was said they got into the forces that come after wearing shoes. Also, South Africa. In South Africa, barefoot walking in public is a sort of pretty white Afrikaans speaking culture. In English speaking people so often welcome barefoot in public. In the summer months, is in Cape Town, the national guidelines of school uniforms such as obligatory team, while guidelines and state pupils, especially in lower grades, should be put in attendance of loud weather. Attending school barefoot in many schools, and attending of the school barefoot periods of school barefoot, essentially of summer months. Some African schools whereby uniforms wear barefoot is really such as primary school rugby, but other sport wear barefoot for kids is to attack or tug of war, or sometimes school play, sort days, bare feet, or Wednesday. But being barefoot in public is generally tolerated. But in South Africa, shopping malls and events is not a common sight, and to see barefoot adults and kids, especially teenagers and young adults. Now, there's also people barefoot in my home country. They go barefoot in my home country, the United States of America, including in my home state, California. In some parts of the United States, where taboos are against barefoot walking and strong, it is common for people to wear shoes outdoors and indoors and outdoors, but for guests to keep their shoes while visiting other people's houses. In Young Ontario, actually, it's ordinance prohibiting barefooting until struck down consensual. However, in the 18th century, many children in rural areas of America often went barefoot due to poverty, and many stores and restaurants and public areas in the United States deploy dress codes preventing barefoot, while private businesses are free to set norm policies. Many cite different health regulations, though typically obvious and safety requirements that pertain to employees only. So yeah, there's people in my home country that walk in the United States of America that walk barefoot too, including my home state, California. But and it's also talk about slave codes as well. But you can read more on Wikipedia if you want to. It's gonna be a long read. It's gonna be a long read for me, so. It's gonna be too long for me to read, so I'm not gonna read all of it. But now the problem is that these two. Now about these two. I learned from Pastor Anderson that now I've been watching from Pastor Anderson about him about if he has a video called "Why He Runs Barefoot." Is why he talks about that because he said running with shoes can cause people to have permanent injuries. And I'll show you, and I'll Google that right now. So injuries from running, it can be injury stats, runner's knee, Achilles tendons, embed syndrome, shin splits, hamstring injuries, plantar fasciitis, and stress fractures, and there's more. So it's like about 8 of them. And this could be all from. And why is this? Because most people will run with running shoes, but they can cause a lot of. But this is what kind of injuries people can get from running in shoes. Now, can this be normal? No way, it's not normal. But this is what happens when most people tend to wear shoes and also start running in shoes on. So. Now, is it normal do I believe it's normal to be barefoot? I believe so. I don't believe it's normal for people to wear shoes, but it's just my opinion. So, now, in my belief in God's eyes, I don't know that for sure. I could be wrong because I don't know. I don't know everything, and I have nothing to say about this. But Wikipedia is saying as well. So they're saying is South Africa, United States of America, but I'm not sure why Wikipedia is not mentioning other countries, because there's people in East Asia that are barefoot at home, like Japan, and also and so is Korea and Mongolia and China. Now, is there any people in those countries that do go barefoot outside? I don't know, but that's a good question. There might be people, and there might be people in Japan that go barefoot, and same thing with South Korea. But I'm not sure about North Korea. You might have to tell me in the comments below about that. There might be people in Mongolia that might go barefoot. Now, what about China? I do believe there is people that do. I believe there is people that there. I believe there is people in China that do walk barefoot. I believe there is Chinese people that do walk barefoot, but but I believe the Chinese government is going to lie about it. Why? Well, because they believe that because Chinese government believes that everybody in China is doing is doing is good at doing is doing so good in China, but they aren't. But that's not true. So that's why I don't trust them. So to me, I believe there are people in China that do go barefoot. That's my belief. I don't know that for sure, how many, but I believe probably. I don't know. I think you have to go to the countryside. That's probably what I believe, but I don't know that for sure. But I know most people in East Asian countries, including Japan and China, wear shoes. But I know there's some that will go barefoot too. So, but I met people from other parts of Africa that said they have to work barefoot because they're poor, though. But I'm not sure why they would say that when they can contact me from the internet from contacting me from the internet on Instagram, and I'm not even talking to them since I just sold their pictures. That's all. I'll tell you some health benefits for going barefoot. Let me show it to you, okay? Now, if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. You don't have to believe me. But I want to show it to you. So, so, foot B is a foot that never worn shoes. Okay? So this is what your feet will look like if you don't wear shoes. And that's what your feet will look like if you do wear shoes. But everybody's feet is different anyway. So I have a lot of barefoot pictures in here. I'm not going to show it to you anyway, but it's just something I downloaded. Here's at home. Here's a picture of me playing basketball barefoot at home. Anyway, let me get to you right here, okay? So the health benefits for walking barefoot is it connects you to nature. It decreases emotional upset of anxiety, absorbing energy from the earth. It pushes off the body's dirty electricity absorbed from electronics. Okay, it says it strengthens and stretches the muscles, tendons of ligaments in your feet, ankles, and calves. Okay, calves. Okay, and it provides free reflexology and toe stretching, and it improves circadian rhythms and delivers all benefits of grounding and earthing. Okay, that's what it's talking about. And then and it says right here, see the health benefits for barefoot. It improves muscle alignment, improving balance, benefits of mind, provides your chi, or strengthening your entire body and promotes better health. So those are the health benefits for barefoot walking and barefoot running. Okay, I'm not okay, and this is what I learned from YouTube mostly. Now, the reason why I don't go anywhere barefoot because my parents won't let me. I go everywhere with shoes on is because my parents won't let me go anywhere barefoot. Okay, I've been going with shoes on for my. I've been walking with shoes on with my entire life anyway. Now, if I could walk anywhere barefoot, just saying, if I could, I'll probably be barefoot. Well, not just at the, well, I know most people be barefoot at the beach, but I would probably be barefoot at the park and forests and deserts and mountains. You know, just wherever I can find it, wherever I can go to connect to nature and stuff. That's what I could do, but yeah, I can't. At least not right now, anyway, because I still live with my parents. But maybe when I get older and I'm living on my own, maybe I might. But I'm probably gonna be staying this house. I'm probably gonna stay with my parents until, well, at least until they die. But I don't know that for sure. We'll see. Because I don't know what the future holds anyway. But I'm still gonna be living in California, probably for the rest of my life anyway. Now, what about being barefoot on the concrete? Well, being barefoot on concrete. Um, well, it will take off the calluses off your feet though if you run barefoot on concrete. So yeah, so this means you will have your pedicure already from running barefoot on concrete, which is good. I don't get pedicures anyway, so it's a good thing anyway. So now, if asking me if I do get pedicures, my answer is no, I don't, and my feet are just fine without pedicures. So. So, yeah, I don't get pedicures. Okay. But but does that mean we need to go what the Bible says? Cuz well, and plus I know when you're soul winning, I know you're doing your shoes on, right? But do you ever I'm not even well, let me see. I'm not sure it's okay to go swim barefoot, but not everybody has shoes. So, do I believe you need shoes for soul winning? My answer is no, I don't believe that. Okay? I don't believe that you need shoes for soul winning. All you need is clothes on and your King James Bible to wear. So yes, you can go soul winning barefoot if you want to. But I'm not sure it's necessary to do it, and I'm not sure it's okay to do it. So if you have to go soul winning barefoot, look, if you have to go soul winning barefoot, then do it. Because all I care about is getting people. All I care about you is getting people saved, not that you don't have not that you don't have shoes or not. Okay, I care about you getting people saved. Okay, so what I care about is you having clothes on and having the King James Bible with you. I'm not worried about you not having shoes on or not. So.
Yeah, there are some people that do maybe people can get tetanus from being barefoot. Well, that's not always true anyway. We're stepping on anything sharp. And it depends what kind of, and plus you can still get tetanus from wearing shoes, and it depends what kind of shoes you're wearing because sharp objects can still go through shoes, and it depends what kind of shoes you're wearing. So you're better off be careful when you step, even if you're wearing shoes or barefoot. So just saying. Now, walking barefoot on glass is another thing. So if you want to do that, you brought just walking on glass, walking barefoot. You brought walking on glass that's dull, not sharp. You're about find a dull glass. Now, that's what I believe. So, but we need to learn something here. So I know that most people tend to wear shoes, but it's nothing. But the problem is that a lot of people, atheists believe we're going to lose our toes in the future, which is wrong because and he's why they believe because we're wearing shoes, but that's not true. We're wearing shoes because I believe people still wear shoes for years and still have toes anyway, so they're wrong. Okay, we need toes for balance, and plus people can wiggle their toes too anyway, and I can pick things up. I can pick things up with my toes. So are toes useful? Yes. Just atheists think they aren't. I can pick things up with my toes on the floor when I'm barefoot anyway. And here's why I like picking up stuff on the floor with my toes. It's because I don't want to bend my back to pick it up with my hands. Bending my back so much hurts my back. Anyway, that's just what I know of. Now, there's some people that do say that they said that evolution is what made our feet for going barefoot, but that's not true. Okay, it's not evolution that made people that made human feet walking barefoot. Okay, it's the God of the Bible that did it. Okay, it's the God of the Bible that made human feet for walking barefoot. Okay, it's the God of the Bible. Okay, not evolution. Why? Because first of all, evolution is false. Okay, the Earth is only about 7,000 years old, not billions of years old. Okay, and it's God that made human feet for walking barefoot, not evolution. So forget about evolution and believe what the Bible says. Okay, it's God, not evolution. Okay? So does God want us to feel the textures on the ground? I do believe that. Yes. I believe that, yes. And you can only do that by being barefoot. You can't do that by wearing shoes. And there's some people that believe that our feet does not like to be in shoes. Well, that could be true as well. But that can't be true as well in a lot of other things. But look, but I'm not against you or anything like that. But salvation is still by grace through faith, and you can still get saved today. So I don't sleep now. Now, anytime I sleep with socks on. I don't sleep barefoot. I rarely do that. I sleep with socks on mostly. And it's just a habit, that's why. Anyway, but you know, I don't have an answer for everything. So I also have to get saved before I go because I want to try to get saved. So if anyone falls into this damn souls to hell, they go to heaven with all Lord Jesus Christ, doing this by faith and grace, doing this alone, and once you do this is truth, then you get to lose it, so Jesus believe in Jesus for salvation. Okay? And the next video is what does the Bible say about Mercury? And I talk about the planet Mercury. Okay? I'll talk about that next video. So I hope this video tells you about this, okay? Now, if you want to wear shoes, wear shoes. And if you want to be barefoot, then be barefoot, okay? I'm not against you or anything. I'm not against anybody, so. Who is watching this video anyway on YouTube and BitChute, so. Because I'll keep believing what the Bible says. I'm King James only, and I hope you what you watching this video to believe what the Bible says about everything. Anyway, I have to go right now. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.